Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of Chat with Kat. I really appreciate you guys. I say it all the time, but like for real, I really do. And can we just admire this adorable sign that I got for Christmas? It's so fucking cute. I was like, I need to use it for YouTube videos, duh. So I decided to keep today's topic pretty short, sweet, simple-ish, but it's still gonna be entertaining because I feel like other than like my last video, which was BTS, which I think I'm doing a better job at getting BTS behind, when I do all of my scenes. You guys really seem to like it, so I'm gonna keep it up. But yeah, the rest of it has kind of just been me talking about like what's been going on with like OnlyFans and porn and shit like that. So I decided to go back to my roots and call this episode Confessions of a Porn Star. Even though, like, honestly, porn star, I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't know if I consider myself a content creator. I don't know what the hell you want to call me, but for title purposes, this is going to be Confessions of a Porn Star, at least coming from my perspective, as always. So I have a few points that I listed out here. You guys know that I need to fucking get organized because my thoughts are all over the goddamn place. So one of the things that I think a lot of people assume that I have sex all the time. I do not. I just do not. And I really feel like it's not that I can't. Obviously, I have tons of guys who will offer me penis, so it's not that. It's more of a thing since I do this for work. I am, of course, obviously super careful about testing and all that. And it's like, well, you can't use a condom. So it's like, every once in a while that I will have sex with someone who's not tested or not in the industry or just not tested recently, right? We'll use a condom, but it's not my favorite. I'm going to be so fucking honest. We're here to fucking, I talk my shit all the time. And I'm always fucking honest. So I'm just going to be straight up. I don't fuck condoms like that. Do I have to use them in certain circumstances? Of course I do, because I'd rather be safe than not safe, but I really don't like them. I tell all my partners to please get tested, and most of the time, it's not really a big fucking deal, so they do it. And it's like, you get to have raw sex with me, so why the fuck wouldn't you want to do it, So yeah, I just don't have sex all the time, and I think it's more so for a work preference, and I just rather be safe than sorry. And honestly, like, dick is like not worth it. I can get good dick when I want to. I know just who to go to. So for me, it's like, it's definitely more of a trust thing. I mean, shit, I wish I had a lot more sex. I'm not saying I wish I did, but it's like, for me, you kind of have to find like one person who you trust. And then, like, we're adults, we don't always have the time, and sometimes we don't live near people. So that fucking sucks. Like, I have the same fucking issues that everybody else has, like distance and then just timing. And I'm getting older. I'd be asleep early, and I'm just like, I have to go out in this cold ass weather to get some dick. I'm gonna have to take a rain check on it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just don't get as much dick as y'all think. If I was like in a committed relationship, oh yeah, and that's like the best part. It's like you always have consistent dick or penis or both, like depending on what kind of relationship you have, And now this is basically gonna tie in a little bit with people just thinking that I have sex all the time, but I do see men a lot differently, and I feel like I've spoken about this in another episode of mine. Yeah, I just listen. This is another confession, another like mini confession within a confession. But I wake up every morning with the intent to make money, mostly from heterosexual men. And it's obviously become easy for me. I've been doing this for so many years that it's just like, I'm just a hustling ass bitch. Like, we all have our lanes, we all have our hustles and shit that we're good at and shit that we know a lot about, and we have a good, expertise in that area, So hoeing is mine. It is what it is. I've been doing it for a while, so sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to, like, I've talked about, like, me in real life relationships, it's kind of a struggle. I've had to go through my whole, like, like, do I really hate men, and like what are the reasons and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely do view men differently. it just is what it is. I mean, that comes with its good and its bad, but I always feel like for the most part I have a clear mind on what it is that men want, and more importantly, what the fuck do they want from me? Or is it something that I can offer them or that they can offer me, or whatever. So I definitely do look at men differently. I've had lots of men get pissed off at me or whatever, but I think like when you just it's hard to walk in somebody else's shoes, but if you could just imagine it for a moment, and I deal with probably the lowest of the low when it comes to you men. You have no idea. I'm gonna have to make a whole fucking series on that. Well, I'm gonna actually have to write that down. That was a good idea. I need to like really do a deep dive in my inbox and my DMs. Well, not my DMs, they're closed, but you guys need to see what the fuck I have to deal with. When I explain this to people in real life, especially my male friends, are like, holy shit, I fucking get it. Like, you are a fucking saint. And yeah, so it is what it is. It comes with the territory. And this is real life shit, okay? So I've always talked about real life shit when it comes to this industry. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell you guys exactly what it is. And because if I'm going to be honest with myself, I have to be honest with it. It's easier for me to be honest with everybody else, when you start with yourself. And while I talk about, the good and bad in porn, but one of the good things I will say without a fucking doubt, since I have now been working for myself and solely for myself, like not having a vanilla job, it's going to be 4 years this year. It's fucking insane how fast time really flies. But yeah, and I will honestly say, if I didn't go down this route, I do not know how the fuck my life would be. I don't know how I would be. I really feel like being an entrepreneur and just working on my fucking brand daily, like literally every waking second of the day, realistically, it's taught me a lot, and it's taught me way beyond like business wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's taught me a lot about myself, and I just know that if I would have went some other route and I would have stayed in a career or job that I was just not happy with, like I pity that girl, you know what I mean? I'm just happy that I did not continue to go down that route, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can say definitely in a good way, it's prepared me for a lot of shit. The thing about being a hustler is that you have your good and bad days, and on your fucking bad days, it's almost like you just want to fucking give up sometimes. You're like, what am I even doing this for? You start to doubt yourself, and doesn't happen to me as much anymore, although I'm not fucking perfect. Like, we hit highs and lows, and that's just how we are as humans. It doesn't matter what fucking job you have, right? Nothing's ever really certain, but I do love betting on myself, and that's what I'm learning. I think that by being in this industry and just being a solo content creator, and I just feel like all of that, and like in the past 4 years that I've been doing this, it's taught me to have fucking, first of all, to have courage and balls like a motherfucker, that I choose to bet on myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of the jobs that I had before this, it was just a waste of time for me, because I knew that I had so much fucking potential, but just not in that field, not with that company, I was just meant for something else. So that's definitely a positive. What else I will admit is that this job is extremely vain, and it has a lot to do with your appearance. Of course, we're going to hear that, through sex work, we learned about body positivity and all this other stuff. But, and that's 100% true, right, for most of us. But I will say, if I'm, again, being completely fucking honest, that you have to have some sort of, being in this industry, getting into it, you have to have a level of confidence in yourself, maybe even a little bit of level of arrogance, like that you're hot shit, you're pretty, you're sexy, you've got something. Even if you're not the prettiest or whatever, you have to have confidence in yourself that you've got something going on with you that is sellable, that is marketable, that people are going to be attracted to, that they're going to want to buy from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have this about you, because if not, it's kind of like where's your edge? Like, where is that extra like oomph you got about yourself? Like, what, you know what I mean? So it has a lot to do with your appearance. I see it all the time. And I'm not even just talking about, like, for example, women getting body enhancements. I certainly did. It's been the best decision of my life. But as I've said, I wanted to get body enhancements for myself, like way before I got into the industry. And I just feel like whenever you do anything to alter your body, alter your appearance, as long as you're okay with it and you do it for the right fucking reasons, go for it. I don't care who you are. Like, what it is that you want to do. You have to live with your body every single fucking day. So, you know, I'm all about that. But, you know, I will definitely say has a lot to do with appearance. Why the fuck do you think that so many people, men especially, will say, oh, you have to have a big dick to be important? When it's like, we know that not everybody has a big dick, you know, because we have to be realistic. Like in the real life, people have all different penis sizes, people have all different body types. But there is definitely, I would say, a lot of pressure, especially for women, to look a certain way, or you won't get booked, or you won't get seen or recognized as much, and you may work just as hard as somebody else who has more of the body type that these companies are looking for. And it's kind of a shame, because as women already, and in society, we already feel so much fucking pressure to look a certain way and then maintain it, and we gain a little bit of weight, or we get a little bit older, we start looking a little bit different. It's like, you're no fucking good anymore. It's unfortunately, like, it happens in real life, and it happens in Hollywood, it happens in porn. It just, you know, it is what it is. It's a shame, because I think a lot of people do get overlooked, you know, based on how they look, and not based on their talent and what it is that they're bringing to, I hate to say the game, but bringing to the industry. So yeah, don't let anybody fucking fool you. Appearance does mean a lot, and you will get judged based on how you look. And I would say based on how you look, and based on, very, very important, based on how you present yourself. That's very important. And I will say, although I've met some amazing people in this industry, you know, some of the best friends that I have right now that I know I will have for the rest of my life, I've also seen some real petty, catty shit. And, you know, like I was just making a point that a lot of what we do is based on our appearance. So you could only imagine the kind of jealousy or just other kind of negative emotions that people will have towards each other. And sometimes they don't even fucking realize it. And shit just can get messy, like, real quick. And it can get petty. And, you know, we all don't fucking like drama, but it is most definitely here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, say it's not here. I always tell people, you know, just watch who you talk to, watch who you surround yourself with, watch who you say shit to, especially when it comes to your personal life. People will most definitely use that shit against you. Like, it's, you know, I won't say like a majority of people are like this, but you just never know. So it's always kind of best to err on the side of caution, especially if you're new. I know I have a lot of new people that ask me questions, and I always tell people, go with your gut, you know what I mean? And if you really aren't sure about somebody, especially if you're about to shoot with them or go be with them alone, definitely do your research, ask your questions. There's nothing wrong with that, because honestly, we wouldn't fucking know otherwise unless we, you know, talk to each other. But I'm getting off the fucking topic. But yeah, no, so it's can get a little bit like high school. I've said that myself, you know, but I try to keep a very low-key profile. That's just me, and a lot of other people do the same. We kind of all live our own fucking lives, you know what I'm saying? So just, you know, conduct yourself as professionally as possible. You will meet some great people. You'll meet some fucked up people, and then you'll have experiences, and then you'll find out that other people have had similar experiences with those people. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that we do porn. People are people. People are gonna fuck people over in the real life, professional life. So I'm not gonna say like you always have to fucking watch your back, like someone's gonna stab you in it. But this is porn. Let your imagination run a little fucking wild, because it can. I've seen some shit, and this is not like not those type of fucking confessions, but it's gotten messy, and it's not something that we want to see, not something that we want to happen. Next point I will make for me is that I live a normal fucking life. This is what you get. I am a single mom. I go to the gym. I fucking do my daily routines every day. You know, like, I think some people also feel like that some of us live like this rock star lavish lifestyle. Some of us do. And kudos, you know what I mean? But I could say for me and the majority of people I know, like we all live low key ass lives. Some of us even have another job. I have been doing this now full time, like I said, for almost 4 years. But my life just kind of every day is a little bit different than the next. But for the most part, it's really normal shit. That's why I walk around here in Jersey and whatever. People know me because I'm out and about. You know what I mean? I do what I gotta do. I shoot whenever I can, and my schedule just goes based along with whatever the fuck my business needs are and whatever I need as a person, obviously. So I will just say that I live a completely normal fucking life. My job is fucking people, of course, so that's when it's a little not normal, but I figure I just put it out there because, I don't know, people just think that I have sex with all these men all day, every day. I fucking wish it was that exciting. It's not. It's fucking normal. Last point that I will make, at least for this segment, because I feel like every couple months I could do a confession. But yeah, it's hard to establish the difference between like the two worlds sometimes, like because I'm Kat in my real life and I'm Spanish Barbiie in my porn life. So not gonna lie, sometimes, especially in the beginning, it's a little bit of muddy waters, because especially when you're first discovering yourself and your purpose and what your brand is, like it's so funny, we talk about branding and sometimes we don't even know what the fuck that is, and it takes us months, years, a lot of time to really like perfect that brand and where we see it going and what the fuck our vision is, So I will say that. But and then you get to a point where you get more comfortable. Like I would say now I'm pretty comfortable. Like I have like I would say like I have a light switch, like on and off, Cat, Spanish Barbiie. But it does get kind of difficult sometimes. I was just telling my friend the other day, like there are times I want to be more quote unquote like normal, even though I'm no fucking big star by any fucking means, But like I'm known in my community and my home state and a lot of other areas, which I'm so fucking grateful for. I love when you guys like show me love, like in the most respectful ways, obviously. But yeah, sometimes it could be kind of hard because like I said before, I'm fucking completely normal, other than my job, and sometimes people can't handle that and they don't want to fuck with me for that. That's totally cool. But yeah, it is. I'm a real life fucking person with real life issues, the same as anybody else. I don't know why some people feel like I should be treated different or like I'm a fucking alien or something like that. Like when people meet me, it's so funny. People will meet me and be like, "Oh my god, you're so cool. I thought you were a bitch or this or that." And I guess people, it's not because how I look. I think I give off a pretty happy, appearance or whatever. Like, but I think it's because a lot of people think that porn stars, like they're, especially the women, that they're catty, that they have bitchy, they have an attitude, which a lot of them do. You folks, yes, they do. But a lot of them don't. Like I've met a lot of women who, and I maybe would have thought, again, just from my own assumptions or whatever, that they were a bitch or stuck up or snotty, and they were actually really cool. So, you never know. I've had more good interactions than bad ones, I will say. But yeah, it's all about how you present yourself to people. I think like some people also don't realize again that we are human. So approach us like we're human beings, like we appreciate the love, and sometimes we are human and we're like, sometimes we are human. Listen to me. We are human and we're just having a bad fucking day. Maybe we don't want to talk to nobody, and somebody comes up to us or messages us and we're just like, like the point is that we just want to be treated the same. So that way, like, I've seen people get lost in the sauce all the time, and I don't want that to happen to me. I don't think that's going to happen to me. I think I'm pretty grounded, but I will say it's a normal thing that happens, and I see it happen a lot. I just want everybody to stay true to themselves, and that's why you have to do things for yourself. You have to have a life outside of porn. You have to do, like, even if it's silly things, like, just to be grounded, remember who you are, fucking meditate. I talk about this shit all the time. And yeah, you should really have less difficulty with having the two lanes, you know what I'm saying? And if you're a person like me who wears many hats, a mom, a daughter, a fucking business owner, like, it's a lot. So do what you gotta do for yourself. And yeah, so that concludes, like I said, this segment of Confessions of a Porn Star. I laid a lot on the table for you guys. So hopefully this was entertaining. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you just like watching me talk. Either way, I appreciate it. And we're gonna see what the fuck is gonna be the topic of my next video. I have a lot going on, and you guys will just have to stay tuned. Talk to you later. Bye.